You know, with ADHD, there's always these things in my brain, and I just need to get them out sometimes. I think that's what you're going to see here. Hey, welcome to my channel. Here to talk about pop culture, nostalgia, and also my battle with ADHD. What could go wrong? Before we get into that though, please, subscribe, turn on that notification bell if you can. I really appreciate it. I'm telling you now because I know I'm going to forget about it. It's my ADHD. So let's dive right in. My name is Rudy. I am the other half of the spooky podcast, The Ghoulmates. I really love that project. I love working with my wife, but because of my ADHD, sometimes I have this need to, explore things outside of Halloween and spooky stuff. I say spooky a lot. But because of my condition, it's kind of impossible to kind of focus on just one thing in our channel. So, I decided to come on here and, discover different things when it comes to like ADHD and like how it plays into the things that I love about my past, things about like movies, music, artwork, like all those things. But, I also want to have an outlet for other people to talk about their ADHD. So if you have an experience that you'd like to talk about or want me to talk about, throw it down in the comments below. You might be wondering what can I expect from this channel? And honestly, I don't really know 100% right now. That might sound dumb, but I do want to talk about like movies, video games, music, pop culture, anything where I can go off the rails and just let it all out. And honestly, I just want to be able to reach out to people and talk about like their condition as far as ADHD is concerned. I really didn't know how to start this video, so I had some friends ask me some questions about what they would want me to talk about on this video to kind of like get everybody some type of picture of like who I am and what we're going to be talking about. I had one friend ask me, what is your spiritual kaiju? Well, obviously it's Godzilla. When I was a kid, my dad, was really into monster movies, and he was the one that introduced Godzilla to me. And Godzilla's always kind of been that staple for me throughout my entire childhood and my adulthood. He's very misunderstood, and I kind of feel that way, and we'll kind of dive into that later. The next question was from a friend that knows me from the Ghoulmates, and they're asking what my favorite movie franchise was outside of horror. And of course it's Godzilla. That's not true because Godzilla can be kind of sci-fi horror-ish. So I would say Back to the Future. I think growing up in the 80s and 90s, Back to the Future was always like that movie where, you were hopeful about the future and how you always wanted to go back in time and fix things that you might have messed up in the present. So yeah, I love Back to the Future. So my next question, somebody wanted to ask, how did I get into the film and television industry? Was it something that I planned, or was it something I stumbled into? I have to say that I started around 2009, 2008. I really didn't want to go into the TV film business. It was kind of always in the back of my head, but it wasn't like a realistic thing. I kind of was trying to study to be an engineer. That didn't work out because my ADHD didn't let me, tackle math properly. But I kind of just started doing productions here and there and doing internships. And I just fell in love with shooting on location and writing scripts and all the things that come with television and video production. I had another friend, and we're going to talk about a lot of these things too. My friend wanted to know who would win in a fight, the T-1000 or RoboCop. And that's an interesting thing. And I was on the can the other day thinking about this, and I would have to say RoboCop would win. And I think the reason why RoboCop would win is because part of him is human. And when you're human, you kind of, everything you do is based on emotion. And that kind of pushes people to the limit and kind of helps people save them in like really bad situations. And I think hope plays a lot into that. So I think you'd have like the human spirit to kind of overcome adversity. Whereas the T-1000 is just a machine. It's just doing what it's programmed to do. And it's not able to kind of lean on its emotion to like get it through like the task at hand. So I want to put my money on RoboCop. All right, guys. I've seen tons of movies, and we're gonna talk about movies here all the time. So once you go to the kitchen, go get yourself some popcorn and check out my reaction to this trailer right here. And also, if you want, go check out me and my beautiful wife at the Goalmates right here. Come on, go. I don't hear it popping.
Perfect.